as their Ravens will match up with the Arizona Cardinals. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And his first look is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Pick it up. Go on, mate.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Switch. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber. March 43. March 43. 3 bud.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson options out left. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Take 4.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. That one goes for 30 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Baltimore, first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Ready. 18 Gator. Let's go. 43 is the mark. I got it. My left.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. Jackson.
Come on, bro. I wanted to slide, fam.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They even fucking sliding.
Hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11.
Let's get it.
At the 4-yard line.
Hold the fuck up, bruh. Guess who's out on the goddamn field, bruh? Motherfucking 99 overall. Goddamn Von Miller, bruh. Bring your ass here, nigga. Didn't even fucking start Von Miller. Didn't even start Von Miller, bro. Okay, at least he's starting it. He just wasn't in any of the sub packages. Alright. That's good to know.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Running from the gun, Johnson. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice. Just
there goes Mark Ingram. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And the kick is no good, but there are flags behind the line. He's going to get bailed out. I think this is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now the Ravens electing to actually go for two here. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get in to make it 8-0. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On second down, Johnson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason, there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. And now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. The all-pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, if you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. Johnson's got it complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Kyler Murray, a 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the first down. First down, Murray.
Motherfucking Miller.
Get to him. Von Miller in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100, and what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. On 2nd down, here's Murray. That's Isabella open on the right side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Oh, snap.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Check 50, check 50. 6 guys, check 6.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And tight coverage there.
Play on the ball, young fella.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know, as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On second down now, it's Ingram. And he's
Let me put my rookie in here. Let him get some bumps.
the 20-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yards just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that, because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Check 26, check 26.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Excuse me.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Okay.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Man on the left side is Brown. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Watch this. Thanks for the last time.
From the gun, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. And if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his... And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His second touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
Put the ball in there again, bro.
24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Shift. 36. Check hot route. Hot. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch the
Move that side dress, baby. Let's get it.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Look at Bob Miller making niggas great, man.
59 remaining.
Yo. Look at Bob making a great play.
We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Here's Murray. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinal field goal. Right hash mark, the 42-yard attempt. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they're on the board now. It's 15-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
At the 21-yard line.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Ready. 18 gator. I'm coming.
This is Ingram on first and 10. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven.
You're injured and you cost me a timeout, bro.
The
Come
training
on,
staff
Sam.
takes a peek. We'll take a break.
God damn it. God damn it, Jim.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. Big series right.
To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Just the one. Average of 5 yards a carry on this. What's good to get it, man?
58 to Mike. Let's go, D. Let's go. Come on. 58 to Mike. Not today, you are. Not today. Don't take.
Let him settle. Let him settle.
I got you. Set, go.
They'll run on first down. Hill. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Maybe not.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
No.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Here we go. Touchdown. Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Boom. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Get that quarterback here.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. The gain of
11-second runoff. What are you bagging on that, bro?
And there's a comparison to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Oh, I was there for the
a
pick,
second
too,
down
bro.
throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and short. He may try and run for this, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and...
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The result there is the offense is going to come back on the field. A first down as they get 12 on the fake punt. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now Murray off play action. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And a throw there incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie-cutter. Everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the 2nd half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the 2nd half.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there.
And pressure too much. Down he goes. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. when to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Murray now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Murray. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
You cannot be serious, bro.
And they're going to have this
You ain't throw that in that window like that, man. Come on, man.
A gain there of 21 yards. Well, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. Was having a solid rookie campaign last year, but then broke his foot in Week 13 and was shut down the rest of the way.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray to air it out again. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 15-yard line.
First down, Cardinals.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now Murray. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14.
You don't block it, it's coming, bro. No question.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And that could be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's get it.
Now it's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it out of the gun with Hill. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come. Pass it.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Jackson now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Rush in. It's free.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have 1 right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Keep it up, guys. Check. Crouch. Crouch.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Man, that little motherfucker couldn't check
And this
up
one
on
hits
side,
at the
bro.
3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. To throw is Murray. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And Von Miller in the zone, nigga.
Quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, a little bit overwhelmed. He
certainly has. But in his defense, He had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Serious,
well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
First down, Murray. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
First down.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Complete to Christian Kirk. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check 43. Check 3. Watch the shit.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Oh, now Murray has it stripped, and it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 30, 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
All game and have no fucking penalties. That's crazy.
At the 21-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Hill. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, there he goes outside. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Oh, miss that, please.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Ravens 36,
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hayden Hurst, his first touchdown of the new season as his guys continue to pour it on.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a football like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Throwing on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Murray gets this one to Isabella. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Insane. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yards. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. A right side catch by Crabtree. They get a little back on that one. It leads to third down. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Son, this shit is insane, bro.
The Cardinals worst in the NFL, 6 of 16 on 4th down last year, but they'll try it here.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
They're going for it. Hits Murray. And he's got his man. It's the tight end, Clay.
Really, man?
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Murray now to throw. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
GG, boyo.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.
Man, nobody else caught a fucking pass on my team? 158.3. Lord. Jesse made another one. Hey, back in the bed, let's go. That's good, cuz. Bruh, Mark Ingram was eating before he got fucking hurt again. 8 for $141 and 2 scores, 6 for 121 and a score. Well, damn. Oh, nice to see Crabtree still alive. You know, that's what's up. Ingram, 164 on the motherfucking carry, though, boy. Ben Powers, damn it. Bro, how many times did that quarterback get sacked, man? 11 sacks. 11 sacks, bro. What? Hey, well, y'all 4 pass deflections. Let's get it, boy. And he got the fumble recovery for a touchdown, I think. Yeah, 1 pass deflection on my team. That's what's up. Oh, he did. Yeah, he did force the fumble on that bullshit, but you know, it is what it is. Sean Elliott, Ferguson, Tavon Young with the recovery there, guy. Yes, sir. Rebound. I'm gonna do the highlights just for y'all on the stream. If y'all was here, if anybody's here anyway. You know what I'm saying? What I mean? Nice cut block by Mark Ingram. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's Patrick Peterson too, ain't it? Ooh, dirty. You say my man can't throw. Look at Lamar throwing dimes out here. To the sideline, boy. Man out here throwing them dimes, boy. He's the only fucking blemish of the offense for today, bro. Get out of here, right? We get out of a sack, I think. With the skirt. With the skirt. Oh, stick work. Trying to slide. Wind up diving. Come on, bro. Trying to slide. Wind up diving, bro. I could have cut that shit to the left, like bing, bing. Damn. That sucks. Look at 6. One for a return. Nice. Oh yeah, this is not. Yeah, this is the run play. Fucked out of that shit, boy. Your little ass up off me, nigga. That's why Mark Ingram's good this year, bro. Oof. Look at Lamar throwing the block that. Yo, Lamar threw the block that sprung the run, bro. The quarterback, son. The quarterback. That shit funny. Hey man, I mean, I'll take that. He covered motherfucking Andrews. He got bitch. Ah. Oh, this one we got sticky with him too, ain't it? No, this is just speed. Who's that? Is that Buddha Baker? Yeah, Buddha Baker. Got me on that 22 yards to play up the scene. Remember that shit? This was when 45 came around the backside. Nope. Yep. Oh yeah, it is. It is. So Vaughn got loose, forced him into 45, bro. That's why I was like, oh, he's making the team better. He's making the team better, bro. The impact of motherfucking Vaughn motherfucking Miller. Nigga. Yeah, nigga. Lord of mercy. This was right before the half. High point. Oof. Them little ass DBs out there, boy. They get that. Let me get that. Andrews for 19 yards. Up the seam, boy. Total for a 31-yard touchdown. This is up the seam. Hit it with the pump fake. Got him, bitch. Come here, boy. Third quarter. This little shit just started going awry, bro. For real. Everybody was getting loose. Von Miller though, bro. Get Von Miller. Yo, Von Miller is responsible for every sack, bro. Bullshit. These guys ain't gotta do shit. This is all Vaughn, bro. God damn, son. God damn. I need to find that play where I got sticky with him though, bro. On off the left side. Oof. You should have hit his ass too. Fuck that. There's one down. Oh. That's when I sent it off both sides. Look at that 2-3 guys. double-edged heat, as they say. Bang. That's a weird-ass cycle animation. It was wrong on this side. Oh, he was on the left. Probably, no, he didn't even double. He didn't even double one. Yeah, cool. Ooh, that's terrible. You really need to make an effort, bro. This is what we got. Sticky, baby. Bruh. This is when you get sticky. Skirt, skirt, skirt. Yo, look. Whiff the tip, strip attempt. But not say a stick attempt. That's the strip attempt, bro. That nigga hit all the buttons. He hit all the buttons, bro. That's the 1-1 right there, bro. That's the 1-1 right there, boy. Look at Vaughn going for the ball, though. Look at Vaughn going for the ball, though, boy. Let's get it. Vaughn. 1 yard pass. Let's play. Vaughn. 11 yard pass. Another sack. Oh, look, it's Vaughn. Bruh. Like, I sent the blitz that technically should have got there faster than him. He still gets there, bruh. Like, he still gets there, bruh. That shit is insane. Vaughn fucking Miller. Yo. Stepped up into the pocket that time, though. Good job. Who's getting stood up like that? Is it the rookie? Yeah, it's the rookie. Trying to flip it back too. That'd have been stupid. God damn, son.